We arrived at 99+1 Ministries Saturday evening. Sunday morning, we attended Pastor Cesar's church. His daughter led the worship team with guitar and singing. Some of our teens had prepared a dance to the Spanish version of What a Beautiful Name. The church people loved it, and many pulled out their phones to record the dance, including Pastor Cesar. Before the sermon, the worship music turned a bit more to traditional Mexican music. Pastor Cesar led the offering with his guitar and singing, and the church came alive with their joyful giving. We listened to a 50-minute sermon, fully in Spanish. It was uninterpreted, but the heart of the message crossed the language barrier. I felt so at home there. It seemed to me like I was experiencing Crossroads worship, only in Spanish. Like our own pastor here, Pastor Cesar spoke from his heart and encouraged the people to trust God. At the close of the service, as many came to kneel and pray, Pastor Cesar went over to each one of them and placed his hand on them and prayed for each one. He finished his prayer time with tears on his face. On Monday morning, we met Pastor Hector and his wife. Then we stopped to meet Pastor Pedro and his wife Maria. They were so warm and welcoming to us. Pastor Pedro placed his hands on our shoulders, and they prayed for each of us. At one of the home construction sites, some of our team members worked with a man called Toto. On Thursday evening, we attended his church. Toto, who is officially Pastor Alfonso, led the worship team. His wife Ciela opened the service with prayer and Bible reading. In Mexico, the pastors' wives are considered co-pastors with their husbands. The offering was once again full of joy. Toto and Ciela's niece and daughter danced happily to the vibrant chorus. Though it doubled the length of his sermon, Pastor Alfonso spoke through an interpreter for our benefit. Pastor Alfonso's father is Pastor Cesar. The most impactful moment for me on this mission trip was our few minutes with Pastor Pedro and Maria. Though Pastor Pedro knew little about me, God's Spirit was speaking through him as he prayed. Our missionary John interpreted. He told me that Pastor Pedro and Maria prayed that I would let the Lord use me so that I could be a blessing. After his prayer for me, Pastor Pedro looked at me with a tender intensity in his dark brown eyes. In Spanish, he entreated me, "Remember, you don't live in the past, you live in the present. When you look ahead of you, you see Jesus in front of you."